Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, where we are getting into the conversation on World Social Work Month. Yes, March is World Social Work Month around the globe, and this year the theme, Respecting Diversity Through Joint Social Action, is what we're going to attempt to explore this morning with my guest, Dr. Sherilyn Boodram. She is a lecturer in the Social Work Department of Behavioral Sciences at the University of the West Indies, and this morning she's helping me lead the conversation. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Now, I'm glad you're here because as much as we have an abstract idea of what social work is, we really don't have the full gist of it. And part of the celebrations of the month is to celebrate achievements therein. So tell us, who is a social worker? What do they do? And what are we celebrating?
Well, first of all, let me say I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to say Happy World Social Work Month to all of our social workers that would be looking in on the program. So you're correct that, sometimes persons may not have the right idea about what social work is. And I think it's because it's such a broad profession that sometimes we only focus on a little aspect of it.
Right.
The global definition of social work is that it is a practice-based profession that promotes social transformation and change, and the social cohesion of communities or within communities, and we also focus on the empowerment of individuals and families. So that's a very broad definition, but it's underpinned with values such as respect for human rights and human worth and dignity and social justice. So what does this really mean? I like to say that the social work profession can be viewed at three levels. At the micro level, it's what people normally may be accustomed to with social workers, where they get this picture in their mind of a person, a social worker, working with a client to help them to alleviate a social distress or crisis in their life.
Right.
And that's at the micro level where we work with individuals and families. But that second level is the meso level, where we work with communities, and I think sometimes that is underplayed and not recognized as a critical component of the work that we do as social workers. So that we don't stay in an office all the time. We go out into the communities and we're very grassroots on the basketball court, or we engage with persons in town hall meetings, or meet them at the point where they are at.
Right.
And we help in community organizing, recognizing that people are the architects of their future and they know their communities best. They know what they want, and we play a very facilitative role in organizing persons so that they can meet that potential to bring relief and to improve their own communities.
Beautiful.
And then we operate at the final level, which is the macro level, where we don't just work on a direct practice, we also work with policy. So we transfer the knowledge that we have of how people experience their own social distress or problems in their community or their lives into creating policies that will create a structure that is supportive of people. And that's important because, we oftentimes blame people for their decisions. And we do recognize people's responsibilities and their choices, but people make situated choices, and it's based on the environment. So as social workers, we don't just stop with working with a client, but we attempt to also create conditions that can improve persons' lives and to create a situation of fairness and equal access and equity for resources. So social work itself is a very broad profession.
Very. No wonder we need a whole month to celebrate.
A whole month.
And more. Now that means that it will be ongoing in the sense of the number of things that will be happening across the month. But describe to us, what is UE doing in particular in celebration of this month?
So the first thing we have to establish is that UE has been the institution with the longest running social work education program. So we are actually celebrating 33 years of social work education in Trinidad and Tobago, and we're very, very proud of that.
As you should be.
And so what we have seen as a major accomplishment are students that have come through our program, that have graduated, that are working, and that have now also reached positions of managers of social services. And we have students that have graduated and gone working throughout the world.
Beautiful.
So we're celebrating that. But we're also using the opportunity to promote the profession. So we're doing a lot of media interviews such as this, so that persons can be drawn to the social work profession, can understand what it is, and can understand that they too can access services by social workers. We're also on Friday, the 24th, we are having a practice teachers and appreciation ceremony, as well as students are doing a social action project. So let me explain a little bit about the practice teachers, and it comes back again to social work education. The signature pedagogy, in other words, the bridge between our students' education and their practice, is called the practicum. You know, sometimes we call it an internship. And for 2 out of the 3 years, our students are placed in agencies, NGOs, and communities throughout Trinidad and Tobago, where they actually develop skills and competencies and values of social work. But it's guided by a practice teacher who is an active social worker in the profession. Those persons give of their time, of their energy, of their talents in shaping social work education, and even during the pandemic they have provided yeoman service. So we are appreciating our social workers on Friday, and we're also exploring the theme, the global theme this year of promoting respect and diversity through joint social action. Our students, on the other hand, are also involved in social action, because part of the celebration of World Social Work Month is to bring awareness to a critical social issue. And our students are therefore looking at the theme of be well. Be well in the family, be well in your environment, be well at work, be well in your, in your community. And they're looking at issues around mental health, the environment and protecting the environment and creating sustainable environment, diets, planting, food security. Because that's all a part of being well. And sometimes we leave out little aspects of that, and we don't enjoy our full potential.
Now, the full potential of this conversation clearly can't be explored in this one dialogue. But in terms of becoming part of that diversity through joint social action, we understand the role a little bit better of the social worker. But how can I, the layman, the average citizen, play a part in that endeavor?
Right. So the global theme this year is respecting diversity through joint social action. And I think there is no time like now where we have had such a diverse population of people. And so respecting diversity is about appreciating the differences and not looking at it as a threat, but embracing it as actually a benefit where we can join together, not just educators, but join with persons who are working in the profession, social workers, persons from other disciplines, as well as people in the community that have that knowledge and experience of what it is to live in a situation that they need some kind of support. But they also have strengths, and we are a strengths-based profession. So that joint action that we're talking about is creating this new social or eco-social world through co-building. We are all putting our hands together to build this new world, recognizing that everyone, every difference is an asset and not a liability.
Now, like I said, we had an abstract idea, but now we get a sense of what social work means and how it contributes to national development as well. And I thank you for that this morning. If we wanted to continue these conversations, though, is there any website or pages we can go to get more information or be part of the celebration?
Absolutely. Well, there's several pockets of celebrations taking place. We have a Trinidad and Tobago Association of Social Workers, and they have an online platform where they're engaging in the discussion. Last night, there was a virtual webinar, and they're continuing to do work. We at the University of the West Indies welcome the conversation, and so we do have all our social media platforms, and we want to also welcome people to do their own search about the profession, because there are so many people that are looking for a profession to help and to give back, and you love people, this is the profession for you. So yes, the conversation continues, and there will be several other projects that will be coming up. We're not just going to keep the celebration to 1 month, because we see the importance of sustaining this effort throughout the year.
Absolutely. And in that case, in that endeavor, we appreciate your presence this morning. Dr. Sherilyn Brujam, the lecturer for Social Work Department of Behavioral Sciences in the University of the West Indies, joining us this morning to help us celebrate the accomplishments of that study and more. We look forward to the month-long celebrations and beyond the month. And hopefully that true sense of appreciation of the work that social workers do has been shared with the nation this morning. Thank you for joining us again. And you guys can stick around to learn even more, because we will be coming back with even more that you want to add to your calendar of events for the month of March and beyond. This is the Now Morning Show. We take a break, and when we return, more action. Stick around.